Got a hot take. I think Carson Beck's going to be the best quarterback in the SEC in 2023. I think he's going to be the best. I think that he is part of a really good quarterback room. I think it's his job to lose, and I think he won't do that. I think that he will hold on through spring and fall competitions, spring, summer, fall competitions, and I think he will be Georgia's QB1, and I think he will have the best season out of all the quarterbacks in the SEC because guys like Bryce Young, Will Levis, not around anymore. Guys like Anthony Richardson, not around anymore. I know what there is in some of these quarterbacks. I know it's interesting. I'm going to talk about a bunch of them. Some of them, it'll be an interesting year for the SEC. I've got every projected starting quarterback for the SEC pulled up right now. And I'm going to tell you why I think Carson Beck is better than all of them, or at least will have a better season than all of them. Ryan Curley from Dog Post here. Talking about Carson Beck, talking about the quarterback atmosphere in 2023 in the SEC. Make sure you're checking out DAWGS. Link is down below. 80-page-ish hardcover book of the national championship run for Georgia Bulldogs back-to-back. New and improved to dog instruction. At least I hope it is improved, right? You think that we get better at this kind of thing after doing it once before. I've got a bunch of quarterbacks pulled up. I'm setting that down. I've got a bunch of quarterbacks pulled up. And it's just like a who would you rather kind of deal, right? And I had to do this in my head. Alabama. If it's Jalen Milroe, I'm taking Carson Beck. I've saw Jalen Milroe play. Super athletic. Can really make plays on his feet. Saw him not really great at the quarterback position. 58.5% completion percentage. He filled in for Bryce Young a little bit last year when Bryce got hurt. Bryce Young was the best quarterback in college football, to me. C.J. Stroud was up there. Caleb was up there. Bryce was my favorite. I think C.J. could pass him. Obviously, Bryce is gone, but Caleb, wow. Caleb Williams might be better, but for me, right now, still Bryce is a little bit better. We'll see what happens. Now, Ty Simpson might start for Alabama. I've not really seen Ty Simpson play, but I like Carson Beck. He is a former 5-star, but I like Carson. Carson was just in a system with Todd Monken for 3 years. Learned a lot of stuff. Got to play in meaningful games, right? Maybe the snaps weren't meaningful, but they were meaningful to him and to his development. Played in a national championship game. Threw passes in a national championship game. Threw touchdowns in SEC games. Ripped some darts. All right, some darts that I don't know if these guys are capable of doing. I take him over Jalen Milroe. Let's see. I'm going to just knock out the guys I'm definitely taking. I'm taking him over Graham Mertz for Florida. I'm taking him over Robbie Ashford. I've seen it, been there, done that. I'm taking him over Connor Weigman. I'm taking him over KJ Jefferson. I'm just not big on KJ Jefferson, guys. I'm just not. I don't think he's that great. Now, he could prove me wrong and have a great year. I'm taking over Jackson Dart. I'm taking him over Devin Leary. I'm sorry, I don't really see it with Devin Leary that much either. I know that he didn't play a lot last year, and that was a disappointment for NC State, but still. I'm taking him over Will Rogers. Will Rogers is a volume passer. He is. I'm taking over Brady Cook. I think Brady Cook's a gamer, though. I'm taking over A.J. Swan or Mike Wright, whoever ends up being the quarterback for Vanderbilt. So I didn't mention 3 names yet because this is a lot closer for me. The least close, Jaden Daniels. I've seen it, been there, done that. I don't think he's great. The backup played better than him in the SEC championship game, in my opinion. Jaden Daniels is solid. He's a good quarterback. I don't think he's great. I think Carson Beck has the potential to be great. I think he's a higher ceiling, Jaden Daniels. I've seen Jaden Daniels play. I've seen Carson Beck play. I like Carson Beck better. So here are the 2 that are tougher. And it's crazy that I'm saying this. Spencer Rattler. The potential with Spencer Rattler has always been there. He played better this past year at South Carolina. I don't trust the Gamecocks. I don't trust what's going on over there. I do think that they're ascending, but I've seen it before with Spencer Rattler. I've seen it over and over. He just has never been what he was projected to be, and I don't think that changes this year. I think he has a good year. I think Carson Beck has a really good year. So I'll take him. I know, like, it's a hot take, guys. It's the whole point of a hot take. I know there's going to be disagreements. But he'd have to improve again. I mean, he had to transfer out, had to get there. You know, you can make the argument, oh, well, Carson Beck couldn't beat out Stetson Bennett. He didn't. Stetson was a Heisman finalist. So maybe Carson will be. We'll see. I think that Carson Beck's got better weapons, too. I think he's got better help. I think he's got better coaching. So, I mean, these factor into my decision in this. Joe Milton. Interesting to me, Joe Milton. Dude's got a cannon. Joe Milton has got a cannon, and he filled in nicely when Hendon Hooker wasn't there. But here's my thing. People are going to hate this. I don't think Hendon Hooker's that good. I don't. I think Stetson Bennett's better than him. So Joe Milton couldn't beat out Hendon Hooker. He's got a cannon, but it's like, you know, why wasn't he in there? He was a little younger, but at this point, you know, Joe Milton's older. They've got a 5-star freshman coming in, Nico Malababa. I don't know how to say his name. Nico Iamalavia. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to mess it up. I already messed it up, and I don't want to. But 5-star guy, he could. I don't trust a 5-star freshman most of the time. He could come in and be great. I think it'll be Joe Milton. I'm taking Carson Beck. The coaching, the arm, the poise, I think that he's grown in maturity from behind the scenes and what I've seen, what I've heard. I know what I saw in the sample sizes this year when he got in the game. He's more mobile than people thought. He's been sitting behind other good quarterbacks and Daniels and Stetson Bennett. At the end of the day, JT Daniels was a good quarterback. He just wasn't the right guy. And injuries happen. So, but Carson, to me, I think he could have the best year in the SEC. I really do. The weapons. He's throwing to people like Brock Bowers and maybe Rob Thomas, Dominic Lovett, Lad McConkey. Like, there's other stars on these other teams, but he's got the most weapons, probably. Arian Smith. Great offensive line. The coaching's there. The system's there. The blueprint's there. I'm going to sneeze. I'm trying to... Excuse me. I'm not even going to edit that out. You can see that if you want. But it's my take. I think Carson Beck has the best year. Does that mean he's a Heisman guy? I think it's a down year for the quarterbacks in the SEC. I do. I'm predicting this is going to be a little bit of a down year, and it makes it a little easier for Carson to be better in that case. But down year for the SEC quarterbacks. There's some turnover. You know, you're losing a couple NFL guys. 3, Stetson. You're losing 4, Anthony Richardson, Stetson Bennett. Doesn't mean they'll start in the NFL. C.J. Stroud Bryce Young and Will Levis, Anthony Richardson and Stetson Bennett. Those are the 4 guys that are missing. Carson's, it's his to take. It's his to take. If he's the starting quarterback, it's his to take. Double Dogs, Red Zone, DoorDash, Dog Post, down below. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.